Evening, wherever you are. We'll just give it a moment, see if anyone else finds their way into the room. So just begin to get yourself settled, grab yourself a drink, grab your journal, because you're going to need it. And make sure that you are comfy and happy. No problem, Miriam. Good that you're here. Okay, so we are just going to very gently begin. And the first thing that we are going to do is actually let ourselves arrive in the present moment. So just letting go of the day. Even if you only woke up a little while ago, there may be still things to let go of. And as we arrive, we're going to step into who it is that we are becoming, which is who we really are beneath all the crap. So just do a gentle breath just to begin with. You can close your eyes and just gently begin to breathe in, holding your breath at the top. Just for a moment, have a stretch if you need a stretch. Maybe your shoulders, your arms, your neck. And take a beautiful long deep breath out. And once again, a deep breath in. Holding at the top. And take a beautiful slow deep breath out. Just immediately coming into the magic of what it feels like just to begin to return home to that place inside of you that is so gentle and so knowing and so mighty and powerful and humble, so quiet and yet so majestic in its music, in its song. As you continue to breathe, just begin with a gentle body scan, just so we can begin to let go of any tension, release it from our body which can unconsciously be seeking us to signal to it that it is safe, that it can relax. And as soon as we let it relax, that is when it can do its job. So beginning at the top of your head, just relaxing your forehead muscles, your eyebrows, your eyes, your cheeks, your lips, your jaw. Relax your neck and your throat. Give it a stretch if it needs a stretch. Relax your shoulders, let them drop. And as you fill your lungs with air, just notice if there's any tightness around your ribs, around your heart. And just begin to let it soften and relax and go. Feel the warmth that begins to stir within your heart, always there, always radiating, just sometimes hidden behind the clouds. Let the tension pass away just like a passing cloud. Easy come, easy go. Now just drop your awareness down into your sternum and your stomach, releasing any tension. Now down deep into your sit bones, your thighs, your knees, your calves, and your shins, and your ankles, and the bridge of your feet, and the soles, and the heels, all the way to the tips of your toes. Gently, gently, gently. Allowing everything to release. Gently, gently, gently. Coming back home to yourself. With each breath in and out, just remind yourself that it is this easy to breathe in what's new, and this easy to breathe out what is old. And now with every inhale, feel yourself gathering strength. With every exhale, release what's heavy. You're going to let go of the climb that you've already made today and arrive here where your inner ascent begins. Now imagine you're standing at the base of a majestic mountain. The air is so cool and pure. The smell of fresh dew on sweet, fragrant flowers fills your lungs. Soft breeze on your hands and your face. The summit rises above you, still, powerful, knowing, strong. You know the summit holds something for you. Not answers, but remembering. you begin your climb. And with each step, you leave behind what you no longer need. Old doubts, old stories, other people's expectations, fall away effortlessly, as if they cannot exist at these higher altitudes as you climb. You feel your body lighten with every footstep. You feel your mind get clearer, as pure as the air. And you feel your heart rise. You climb steadily, breath by breath. Trusting the path beneath your feet. The wind shifts as you rise. The horizon begins to open out in front of you. You can see for miles. You pause on a ledge, and for the first time, you look down and you see how far you've come. You can almost see those past versions of you climbing, the one who was standing at the bottom, the ones who hadn't even arrived at the foot of the mountain yet. All part of a seamless journey. You feel proud. Proud of every version of you. And as you stand, you feel steady, clear, full. And now the final steps are in front of you. You begin the climb. Sometimes you have to get on your hands and knees, but still, no matter, this journey is worth it. And as you reach the summit, the sky opens above you. You're standing at the highest point of your life so far. And waiting for you there is your future self. The version of you that exists beyond time and space. And as you see them, you think to yourself how they look more real than you do. How they glow and sparkle in the sunlight. How they are so light and yet so strong. So gentle and so wise. And so knowing and powerful. They smile at you. Their eyes hold peace. Unconditional love. Their warm smile seems to say, "You made it." You sit beside them, and for a moment there are no words, just truth, just presence. Feel how it feels to sit beside them, to be embraced in their knowing, their strength, their love. They have something that they want to share with you. A message. something they want you to know right now. When you open your heart and you hear that message, message delivered, you feel them rise. They invite you to take their place. They are not separate from you. They are you. They always have been you. You've always been climbing toward yourself. You stand tall and breathe deeply. Look out at the view from this summit. The vision, the expansion, the infinite possibility. You can return here at any time. You don't have to climb. The summit is already within you. Like the mountain that rose from your heart. Let that land in your body. Let this knowing become your new baseline. And then when you are ready, you're going to begin to bring yourself gently back to the room. And open your journal. And take any notes. And you can also ask yourself, or put some prompts in the chat. What does my future self know to be true? What is my next aligned move? What am I letting go of today? What would I do if I trusted fully? And what is calling me forward? Now I'm going to invite you to bring to mind one very specific goal. So it could be what you wrote down for your next aligned move. It could be the goal that you identified in your being bridge exercise. But just make sure that it is specific. Something you can know whether it is achieved or not. And then I'm going to invite you to hold that goal very lightly. Almost let it go like it's a free bird in your hand. And write that goal down again. The very specific one. And it may feel impossible, the next aligned move or the goal. That's okay. You're going to hold it so lightly. And then once you have that, I'm just going to invite you to close your eyes again. Don't worry about rushing it. You have a couple of minutes. And if there's a part of your mind that starts to panic, like, oh, I don't know, gently let that part of your mind go. It's not your job to know. It's just your job to choose something that feels aligned and hold it so lightly, like a bird. It can fly, it can stay, not your job or your concern. This needs to feel good. Maybe a little bit scary. And just take a few breaths in and out here. And now I want you to imagine that just like that bird in your hand that looks so real, you can almost feel its tiny feet in your palm. I want you to imagine that the goal that you have is already done. It's already present. It's already real as the bird in your hand. And here is the most important part. Really feel what it feels like to have that goal complete. What does it feel like that it's done? Feel it in your body. Feel it in your heart. Let it be a possibility that you saw from the summit of the mountain. Already done. A wonderful piece of God's puzzle, elegantly put into place. So easy. You didn't even do it. It was already done. What does it feel like? And can you begin little step by little step, just like you climbed the mountain, just to lean a little bit further into the trust that it is already done. That this frequency, this possibility lives within you. That you do not need to figure out all of the hows. You just need to keep taking one step in front of the other. This is a part of us that we're learning to trust again. That we're developing a relationship with again. That we're beginning to see and witness and feel And then just gently and easily begin to bring yourself back to the present, back to the room where this possibility not only exists but is done. Effortlessly building itself into 3D form in the world. And if you have any more notes that you feel inclined to take, just take them. Wonderful, beautiful, guys. Would anybody like to share what came through for them today? Share it and declare it, is what I say. Maria, go for it.
I'm speaking a lot these days.
Good, we want you to.
And all out. Yeah, I mean, I wrote a lot. I'm not gonna read all of it. I just kind of like the second when we were climbing on the summit and we were there and everything, and you said, now the summit is within you, you don't even have to climb. I'm like, no, I'm not letting go of the climb, man. I love that stuff. Like, yeah, sometimes it's tough and scary and cold, and I mean, I do some climbing in my life, but I'm terrified of heights, so that speaks like about the level of my disorders. But I do love it, and I don't want shortcuts. I don't want it to be right here, right now. I don't even want to put this mildly. I want to suffer along the way so that I can appreciate everything fully. So that was kind of the fun part. And at one point, I wrote, I want all the no's, because just kind of what Lauren was sharing yesterday, like, go out, get the no's and everything. I mean, up until that point, I mean, of course, you are aware of it on some rational fact, the kind of level. But like when you actually hear it, it's like, yeah, I need all the no's, because then I get to an amazing yeses. And yeah, so that was kind of the big one for me today. Like, it shouldn't be easy, because then it's not going to be meaningful. And yeah,
Interesting. Okay. Oh my gosh, there's so much juice in this. We could
but no, at the
squeeze.
same, yeah, and at the same time, I was just like considering that, uh, like I said, when the summit is in me, then I know it's possible. Then I know that this suffering isn't gonna mean that it's the end, but
Yeah.
part of the juice, part of the
Yeah, yeah,
journey,
yeah.
and that makes it like everything.
Yeah. No, I totally hear you, and I'm totally with you as well in many ways. Um, because for example, if you take a story like Michael Singer, right? If you read The Surrender Experiment, there was not a point really at which like the challenge was all like consistently there. But the challenge, in fact, was always his ego. It was always the resistance to what is. It was always the resistance to the flow that life wanted to take him. So, and there's so many studies done about, like, for example, if like with amoebas, they did studies with tanks of amoebas where they gave the amoebas in these tanks exactly the right conditions, right? So like the perfect temperature, the perfect humidity, the perfect amount of food, blah blah blah, and they all didn't thrive. Basically, they all, I'm not using the correct scientific term, but got fat and lazy. Um, but the ones where they kept changing the environment and and sometimes extremes environment, those were the ones that really thrived because they built this incredible resilience. And I think there's a bit of a misconception that uh like we don't do anything, or we don't find it challenging, or we don't enjoy the challenge for it to be easy. I think that the challenge is, I think if we think that we're not going to be challenged, but the challenge is, for me anyway, the challenge is always within me. The challenge is always me overcoming the next level of myself or my thinking or whatever it is. And maybe, like you say, it's that challenge that propels you forward. So yeah. And at the same time, I love that it can be easy. And sometimes that's the challenge. Sometimes that's the biggest challenge, is allowing it to be easy. Because we're so hung up on, but it has to be really hard, but I have to suffer so much, but I have to. But it's like, oh, maybe the biggest challenge is me just letting it be fucking easy, because that's a real challenge. That is a real challenge as well. But anyway, I love it. It's all such wonderful juice for stirring the thinking pot, which is ultimately what we want to do. Like, really think about it from different perspectives. Love it. Thank you, Maria. Would anyone else like to share what come through? Share and declare. Unusually quiet today, Vanitha.
Yeah, I mean, I just raised my hand, but I really don't know, what I'm going to share. um, it was like long periods of silence as well throughout the visualization today, and I just from yesterday after the morning thing, I feel very tired and sleepy, and I've slept so much
Hmm.
in the afternoon and morning. I struggle to wake up in spite of going to bed very early. I still feel very tired. So, but um, I just wrote about my visualization rather than answer the questions, because I'm going to do it a bit later as I feel a bit tired. But I've noted down the questions. So the visualization actually, I was at this. I could visualize only properly when you said look down. Until then, it was a bit hazy. I couldn't make out what I was doing. But then it was very clear. And then, as you said, look down. I looked down and it was like I was on like top of a huge mountain with a very wide base, very tall. And as you said, see your previous versions, then I could see myself very clearly at different stages of my life. Um, Sometimes I felt, oh my God, she was so weak and so afraid. But at the same time, I also felt she was resilient and came till here. And it was so wide and windy roads. And then when I looked up, it was a very short but very steep climb above me. It was really bizarre.
Hmm.
Then, then somehow I made it to the top, and I saw myself in a very beautiful space, very very beautiful space. And then I was like, oh my God, why am I alone? It felt a bit. I looked very happy. I was swinging in a swing of flowers. But I was like, why am I alone? Where are my children? And then I could see my kids like flying away happily. Like they were literally flying. And I was like, okay, they're independent and flying, and I'm happy now, joyful. And funnily, my future version got up, went to the other side of the mountain, which I couldn't see until now. That was very completely steep. there were no windy roads. And I could see her using a pulley to pull up so many people to that state of joy. Like,
So beautiful.
like okay.
So beautiful. I have to say, quite honestly, Vinitha, you are literally glowing. Like your skin is so glowy. Seriously. And I'm so glad that you're taking time for yourself because like this is really deep work. You don't like it's easy to dismiss it, but it's really, really deep work, especially physically, the somatic work that we did yesterday. Oh my gosh, is that stirring up an awful lot of stuff that's being released. But otherwise we're carrying it round and now you're in the process of releasing it and letting it go. But yeah, it can feel very tiring and that will shift as you go along. It's especially at the beginning when you start doing it and it's like, oh my gosh, so much stuff is coming up. But it will get easier as you go along. You'll feel less and more energized because you're creating space within you for strength and newness and expansion and possibility. Oh, so fun.
And the letter just had 3 sentences: love yourself more, have faith, and be disciplined.
Beautiful.
Letter. And when you asked to visualize a big goal, for me, I don't know, you came to my mind. it was it was like I want to be in a beautiful space, like, Elisa, with very inspiring people around me, like in a group, and I have all the systems built and stuff like that. So I hadn't even thought of that, but that came to my mind. I'm like, okay, that is my big vision now.
So wonderful. So wonderful. I read in Rick Rubin's book last night. I fell asleep on this quote, and it said, "Create a space in which you feel free to express your deepest fears." And it immediately made me think of this group that we have, where there is this space here where everyone feels free to express their fears and also their joys and their vision, which can so intimately be linked with the fear because there's this part of us that's like, you can't have it, you can't have it, you can't have it. So I'm so glad that you shared all of that, Vinitha. Thank you. Miriam.
I will see if you can hear me.
We can
you hear
you.
me?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just going to share the message that the future self had on the summit. You have it in you, you know that. Be graceful, trust and embrace the unknown. You're already who you want to be. You just cannot see it sometimes, but you feel it when you are connected. Sometimes it is harder for you to tune in, but it gets easier and easier the more you do it and the more you embrace and stand up for who you truly are.
Beautiful, Miriam. You have such a beautiful voice as well, by the way. And I love what your future self said. It gets easier and easier the more you do it. For all of us, like whether we've been doing this for like 6 months, 6 years, 6 days, 6 minutes, it will get easier and easier and easier the more we do it. Easier. And thank you so much, Miriam. And then we will wrap up with Lauren. Oh, you're on mute.
Muted.
Sorry. Hi, everyone. During the meditation today, I just had this clear vision of draw a box and have 4 squares, and each square had my future self, and the title was impact in the left box, and then it was family, self, and creation. And in impact, I just wrote, my service never ceases to amaze me. Together with my husband, we will impact lives. My transformation never stops. I am a creator. And it was literally an hour before this call, something appeared again, a call that I'm going on tomorrow. And there was just an uprising within me throughout, like literally my root chakra just was on fire during that call. And this energy came up, and I was speaking to my husband just outside earlier, and I was telling him, it's like, there are people that we need to impact. And then my goal was, I want to create a resource, and I don't know what that looks like, but the resource is to help these business owners. And it's all just come full circle. And it's like, I don't even have to think about this because the messages are just coming as soon as I trust and I drop into that space. And this meditation today, I've really struggled the last week to properly drop into meditation. But today, something just activated and I literally felt it all through my body, right from the root up until my stomach. So anyway, just wanted to share that. The 4 boxes: self, family, creation, and impact.
Oh, so inspiring as well. Just to I find as well so much. First of all, just you have this lovely conversation with your husband about your root chakra. My husband would just be like, "What?" And the second of all, that this impact and just creating this impact in the world, and that there are people out there right now who are waiting for you to impact them.
Yeah, that's the word, impact. Kai, mummy's just talking. It's like these words just hit me. It's like, that is a future self. Don't second guess it.
Just too much juice, too much juice. Tomorrow we've got, thank you, Lauren, serve and scale. I might change these names because I'm forgetting what they're called. Serve and scale. So we're really going to focus on what it is that we want to put into service and action and getting into action. I think I'm just going to call it action something because that's easier to remember. So if you want to come tomorrow, we're going to have lots of fun. I think building a business should be as fun as a kitchen disco. I'm going to put that on the website as well. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Love if you're able to come. Love you all so much. Have the best day. Big kisses and loads of love.